Hi there, Mark here from musicproductionvideos.com. I thought I'd do a little video on Cubase 7.5 today, showing you something that you can do using your own voice to create, in this instance, a bass line. Now, I'm aware that not everyone has, what shall we say, musical theory skills. I myself used to struggle with this a lot, and I would have loved to have something like this back in like Cubase SX or before then. But in Cubase 7, and it may even be in Cubase 6, I just can't remember now, you've got Variaudio. And what that does is allows you to create notes and then make sure those notes are in perfect pitch and whatnot. But one of the best things it does is allows you to extract MIDI data from the audio. So what I'm going to show, I'm just going to create a little bass line to this little basic loop. I've got this bass line in my head, but because of my lack of theory, and maybe I don't have a MIDI keyboard, or I'm just impatient, or whatever it is, I can't get it down. I've tried, and I just can't do it. So what I'm going to do is just record my voice straight in, and with my voice, I'm simply just going to go bam bam ba bam 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 ba bam 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 ba bam, or whatever it is, whatever tune it is, however I like to do it. I'm just going to record it in. So I'm just going to listen to it a couple of times and see what comes into my head. Dun, 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 dun. So as you can see there, I'll just delete that piece of audio that was there before. There's the audio I just recorded, and just so I can see it a bit better, I'm just going to normalize it. Now, to let you hear that, dun 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 dun. Okay, so that's the bass line I wanted. So if I double click it and we come into the audio editor here, I'm just going to make sure pitch and warp's on, and then you can see the note data has appeared here. I'm going to come here, Control A to select all, and I'm going to move the quantize pitch all the way up, just to make sure that they are bang on the notes for each one, so you can see everything's fine. Okay, it's a little bit off there, but we can deal with that. And now I'm just going to straighten the pitch up somewhat. You can see the lines moving, just to get them all back into the boxes pretty much. I'll just deal with this one on its own. I want it flat. Right, so if I listen to it again. Dun, 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 dun. Now, even though the dun 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 is pretty monotone at best, it's still picked up some movement in pitch. Now, I could have done it much more musical. I could have done something like bum bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum, something with real changes in pitch. But obviously, that's not what I wanted for this specific idea. So all I want is to get this into MIDI, and all I need to do is come across here where it says extract MIDI, click on that, and then I get this box here. All I want is just the notes. I don't want any pitch bend information. I want a fixed velocity of 100, and it sets that itself, and I want it to go to a new MIDI track. Hit OK, and there we have it. There is our MIDI track. Right, now let's see what it sounds like if we assign it to some bass sound. Right, okay, so bass. Okay, let's just double click that. I'm just going to Control Alt. In fact, I'm going to remove the quantize, just put it back to normal 16ths. I'm just going to all quantize. Let's see what it sounds like. There you go, there's my bass straight away. Now let's hear how close it is to my vocal. So if I solo that, dun 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 I would say that's pretty much perfect. Now, of course, Now that you've got that, you could use that as a basis. You could tidy it up a little bit if you've got like overlapping sections that you don't want, depending on the sound that you're using, of course. There's quite a gap there, so I could maybe just decide to add another little note there. Now, and of course, depending on the type of bass sound you use, it will change again, so it's really up to you. Now I could come in and change that bass. And of course, if you were in a specific key, say you had, like this lead section here has got what we got, C, D, G, is that the only one? C, D, G, G sharp, A sharp. So say that was in a specific key, we would just come back here and make sure that they're both in the right. For instance, if I just hold that there and that there. So maybe these notes are in the wrong place because of my bad humming when I created the audio. So have we got a C? Right, so we've got a G, so that's right. Now maybe this note's wrong. So what we could do is select this note. Oh, sorry, I'm not being very accurate here. Let me just make this a bit easier. Right, so get rid of the G sharp, because I don't think there's a G sharp up there. Oh, there is a G sharp, so it's fine. And there's an A sharp, there's an A. Now that A could be that A could cause a problem. So maybe we could just do that. And now I know that it's in time with that lead. But again, there's many different ways you can do this. This is just me showing you a simple way of creating something that maybe you've got in your head, but you can't, for whatever reason, get it into the system musically. You can hum it in, or dump da dump da dump, however it is that you do it in. It gives you a good place to start with. Now let's see what I've created here. So, because I've done a few, so that was one of them. So there's loads of ways. Now, what I'll do it once more, and I'll do a really musical one. So not just I'll just try and do something a bit more musical. He says confidently. 1 2 1 2. Right, okay. So I can see my inputs coming in. That's great. And I'll just use. I'm going to use the kick in the lead. Bam 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 bam. Okay. Bam 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 bam. Oh, right. Make sure we're on the right track. On the right. So let's try something a bit better. Bam 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 bam. Now I know that's out of tune because I am terrible at this. As you can tell, I'm not a singer. However, I'll just normalize it. Back in. Put on the pitch and warp so I can see everything. Now I'll just select them all. Quantize the pitch straight up. You can see everything moving onto a correct pitch. I'll just straighten the pitch as best I can. Okay, that's it. Now 1 1 2 1 2. So as you can see, most of it's there. Again, let's just extract the MIDI. We'll leave everything as it was. We want it on a new MIDI track. So there's the new MIDI information. Okay, yeah, it sounds dreadful. Okay, so now we can now go in here and obviously let's quantize these. Tidy the notes up a little bit that you feel you need tidied up. Okay, so it is a bit odd, but again, what I would do, let's say this was deliberately done to be kind of follow the lead. So we want to go in, check the notes are all in the right scale. So what have we got? We've got a B there. I doubt that's very much. Right, we'll just stick to the C, the D sharp, the D, the G, the G sharp and A sharp. So the G sharp's right, the J, that's right, they're okay. Now we've got an F sharp and an F. Let's say we don't want those. So we could perhaps change that to another G sharp, change that to a G. Now we've got some E's here. I doubt we would have used E, but we may have used C, D. So we could use D sharp or F if we really wanted to. Let's try F. Then we've got a D sharp, we've got a D, we don't have a C sharp, so we'll change that. We can put that to a C and that to a C. Let's just see how it sounds. And of course, what it's done is given me a starting position for a bass line that I may never have used. Now I may think that A sharp's a bit too high, although it does kind of go with the lead, but to me it sounds a bit much. So I would maybe want to bring that down here. I don't know if I need that. And again, if you change, you'll find if you change the bass sounds, you'll get completely different results. So that's it. That's a way of using your voice to create, in this instance, bass lines. But of course, if you had the bass line, or if you had a chord progression, anything you can hum in, you can use. You can, just as long as you've got some kind of idea of the note pattern in your brain, you should be able to come up with some great ideas. Anyway, I hope that helps you out. Hope it gives you like some ideas for, well, different ways of using these tools for creativity. I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bass lines that I can go and mess around with. Okay, thanks for watching.